Mr. Seph?
Ah, good morning, Vezrian.
What are you doing out here? I would have started breakfast if I'd known you were awake this early.
Breakfast can wait. This meal is top priority for me. With all that you have to take care of, I assumed your schedule needed to be somewhat rigid. I didn't want to disturb your work.
I wish you had, though. I hate to think of you working for me on an empty stomach. But you're already in the water now, so I don't want to interrupt your progress. Did you sleep well last night? Was the turret room to your liking?
It was lovely. Viewing the stars all night with a roof over my head. One of the finest night's rests I've had in a while.
I'm so glad to hear that.
I know you don't sleep, but I still hope that Delia didn't make too much noise. I heard her scuttling around sometime during the night.
Yes. She kept me company for about an hour while I tended to the nocturnal section. I did have to shoo her away for a few plants, but she must have just wanted a late night snack.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
It's alright. She moved off when I pushed her.
I've tried to teach her to respect others' authority, but she only responds to the unafraid. You must have been bold. Very good. If you're timid with her, she'll just ignore you. Oh, by the way, has she been getting along well with your snicker lizards?
See for yourself. Right over there. By the second window. She's even letting them crawl on her wings.
I wondered why she was flapping on and off over there. I thought maybe she just wanted to cool off. I can barely see her snickers. They're so small next to her.
Hopefully you'll get a better look at them later. But Delia was giving them a wide berth last night and earlier this morning. They kept coming up to her and she would scurry backwards. She kept falling over her own feet and tumbling around the more they came after her. Looks like they reached an understanding now.
That's a worry off my mind, at least. I love my little dragon, but I never know what trouble she might cause if we ever do stay with anyone. That's why it's the least I can do to repair the broken machinery and such. Especially if she's the one who broke it.
Yeah, well, my mill was acting up long before you two arrived. How's it looking, by the way? Nothing dangerous to repair solo, I hope. It's pretty old. The townsfolk actually salvaged it from a disused factory to save on costs, which...
Don't worry about it. I don't think it's anything really serious at all. Look, do you see this part? Right here. This is the problem.
A piece of wood?
No, not just a piece of wood. It's a giant splinter from a pad in the mill. I suspect there's a rock below that's been hitting all these pads at some point. See the wear on the outer rim here of each of them? That's what's caused all that stuttering you mentioned. The wood was probably old enough to be weakened more quickly.
That's the risk we took, I suppose. Are there any more pads damaged that badly?
I haven't checked the entirety of the wheel yet, but if we find the rock on the riverbed and remove it, that should be a start. I can't see any damage to the interior pit wheels, so I think we just need to replace some of the wooden pads. No need for a wheel that I can see.
That's such a relief.
Yes, but it'll take more work than I was anticipating. I'll have to call on the village and find a carpenter. Looks like you'll be putting up with me for more than a few days, if that's all right.
Of course. You're absolutely single-handedly saving my entire operation here. There's several skilled carpenters in Rin. I could take you there if you'd like.
Could you spare the time? I can find my way around just fine.
I may be the hybrid, but you're the outsider here. It'll help if I'm there to put a good word in for you. It won't take more than half a day, if we plan to go tomorrow, that is. I can prep everything in advance.
If you're sure, then I would like that very much.
Then it's settled. I've been meaning to ask, how did you learn your trade? Anyways, I mean, you said you're what was it, a tinkerer and an adventurer, but you've also said you've handled a lot of mills in your time.
Probing for my background, huh? I guess that's fair. I did ask you yesterday.
I mean, that's, well, I only, you see.
I'm just teasing. I did say that I fixed a lot of mills. That's because my family owns a farm. We had this whole system of chores to keep everything running, similar to your setup here. I want to say there was more to do since we had both crops and animals.
How did you manage to keep an operation that large running?
I have a very big family. I shared the same room as some of my siblings and cousins my entire life. If that tells you anything about how many of us were living and working on the same farm.
That must have been a bit hard to deal with, without your own space.
It had its challenges. My uncle is the one who spotted my knack for mechanical repairs. He would fix anything the family or the townsfolk needed, when he had free time. He was the greatest inspiration to me when I realized I could open up my own workshop and do the same job. I left him my workshop when I decided to travel. There's the short version, at least.
I've always wondered what it would be like to grow up with siblings, or a big family in general. It was always just the three of us and mine. Me and my parents.
Everyone wants what they don't have. I used to wonder what it would be like to be an only child. Hey, do you mind holding this piece of wood for me? While I'm standing in the water here, I might as well wedge this wheel to a stop and try to dig out that rock.
All right. But, are you sure it's a one-man job? Shouldn't we wait until I grab a few men from the village, or...
I know what I'm doing. It's nothing too difficult. If you do it right.
Oh, dear. You should at least have breakfast first, or... Oh, stars. Oh, please be careful out there.
It's fine. I'll eat when I'm done. It's just a good morning workout. Just need to wedge this plank into here. There. Oh, the wheel is stopped.
Just please be careful. I feel like I'm gonna shake apart from nerves watching this. If that plank comes loose, the pads will start rotating and dash you over the head, you know?
I'm well aware. Stop worrying so much, Ram Boy. I promise. I know what I'm doing.
Ram boy? Oh, I do not like the vibrato you're giving off.
Respectfully, if this makes you so nervous, you don't have to watch me. Don't you have hundreds of plants that need your care, or potions to brew? This isn't the type of job that's entertaining to view anyway.
That wouldn't help. I'd still be a nervous wreck thinking about something going wrong and me not knowing about it. It's safer if I stay here, in case you need me. Even though I don't really know what I'd do to help, and I'm nearing my next rest, so that complicates all this, but I don't know what else to do.
Oh, your next rest, huh? How does that work when you hardly lay in your bed? Do you just fall asleep on your feet?
Actually, that's exactly what happens. My body starts moving sluggishly, and I slow down until I just stop.
That sounds worrying. Not having control over when you sleep.
Everyone who knows me says something similar, but I've never known anything different.
Wouldn't it be more comfortable to go to your bedroom if you know when you're falling asleep?
I could, but I don't sleep long enough to make it worth the walk. It's better to just sleep on my feet or sitting on the ground. Then I can get back to work when I wake up. When I do sleep, it's so deep that nothing can wake me up. It's like all my functions shut off until I need them again. So I get the maximum amount of rest in a short period of time. Because of that, comfortable surroundings don't really matter when I'm not, I guess, aware of them.
Oh, you, my little ram friend, are very strange, but intriguing.
Intriguing? Thank you. Any luck down there?
Well, I'm just shifting as many of these rocks as I can. It might have been more than one causing the problem. I'm going to let the wheel go a few rounds and watch for any more stuttering. That should tell me if I've done enough.
Just get out of the way in time, please.
I will. There. See? Haven't lost my head yet.
I won't be able to breathe properly until you're out of the water. You know that.
I've dealt with far more dangerous scenarios than this one. It's alright.
For example?
Well, there was one time where I repaired a set of ovens for a baker. That was a challenge because of the burned powder they'd been using in place of the firewood. I had to neutralize every ounce of the stuff before I could even start repairs.
Oh, gods.
I know. I survived that, and I can survive this. Although I doubt you'll be offering me a lifetime supply of breads and pastries for my trouble.
Not that it's a competition, but I can offer you a much wider range of payments than that. It's hard to beat something so delicious, but I can cook, bake, brew, and concoct anything you want.
This is the most tempting offer I've received in my recent travels. It's not often that I come across someone with such a range of talents. As far as your mill, though, it looks like I shifted enough rocks to avoid any more scraping, but I'll have to stop the wheel again and start removing the damaged pads. I think there's only about 3 that are worth removing.
Can I help at all? In any way? It's driving me mad just standing here watching.
If you insist that I put you to work, I'll have you take the broken pads from me as I take them out.
Of course. I might not be half as strong as you, but I'm pretty nimble, so I can do that.
This might be a long process, if you're prepared.
Have at it.
All right, then. Just don't fall asleep on me. How are you faring? You sound a bit winded.
It's nothing. Those pads were just heavier than I thought.
That took longer than I thought, though. Won't you need to rest or something soon?
Very soon. But we finished just in time. The sooner you're on dry land, the sooner I can relax. So, please, come out of the water and dry off. Here, take my hand.
Still worrying about me, huh? Even after I did all that without getting a single...
Whoa! Whoa.
I'm so very sorry. I didn't think the bank would be more slippery than the riverbed. Are you okay? Are you hurt?
I'm fine. I think. Wait. I'm the one who should be asking you that. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize to me. I'm the one who pulled you in after me. It's all right, really, but, would you mind getting off me?
I'm sorry. You made such a nice cushion, I suppose. Come on out. I'll get you a towel.
No harm done. You hardly weigh anything anyway.
Dry land at last. Oh! What about your glasses? They're not broken, are they?
Still in one piece, it seems. I told you. It's fine. Hey.
I knew you weren't fine. You cut your palms.
Oh. It should heal in a couple days. No issues.
No, I have another idea. Stay right there.
Okay. What do you think, Delia? We found ourselves a sweet little host, haven't we? I know. I like him too. I like him very much.
Here, I brought you a towel. Lend me your hand first.
Very well. What do you...
Don't move. I don't want to waste any of this. There. It's just a simple sanitation potion. It should cleanse your wound in a few minutes. But I have some bandages here to prevent it from getting infected in the meantime. So just, sit still for me while I wrap it up.
You're telling me to sit still? You're the one who's trembling. Are you still that rattled from the fright we just had, or is my weathered hand just that intimidating?
You think very highly of yourself, don't you? I'll have you know that I'm used to being smaller than most everyone else, so your unusually large hands don't faze me one bit. I made a healing salve for the blacksmith in the village once, and he's twice your size.
Did you give him an extra roll of bandage that he didn't need too? Because I think you've wrapped me up enough.
You can never be too careful. I can't just leave you at risk of infection. You're my customer at the end of the day, and I guess my friend now? So it's my responsibility to make sure your stay here isn't troublesome.
Friends, huh?
There, all finished. I now feel confident that you're protected against the elements.
Thanks for looking after me so well. You're giving my mother a run for her money, and that's saying something.
Huh? What's wrong? Did I get mud on my face or something? You're staring.
Well, you're still holding my hand.
Oh, I didn't mean to. It's just, you can pull away if you want. I can't move very quickly. My rest is starting. This is, oh no, this is embarrassing.
Oh no, what do I do?
Nothing. I'll just stand and...
Here, let me just help you sit down. At least.
Thanks. Sorry, breakfast.
Don't worry about breakfast. You're still soaking wet. Here, I can wrap the towel around you so you don't get too cold. There. Is that okay? Vezrian? Oh, goodness. You were in earnest. He's dead asleep, Dahlia. Those horns are something, aren't they? With those blood gems sparkling in the sun? They probably glow at night. That would be a sight to behold. Little Ram Boy has his own lanterns to see by. And, well, all right, Dahlia. You keep watch over him. I'm going to show him that a guest can make his own breakfast. When he wakes up, he'll have a plate of his own waiting.